Hello, this is Raghu here. You're one of the few lucky people who gets to watch this video. I have been using this system called Getting Things Done and Asana since many years, and I've always been asked, saying, how do you use it? It looks like rocket science. It's easier to launch a rocket to the moon than to use a system. So, not that I'm an expert at it or whatever, but I'm a user. So, I just thought, let me make this little video for you after repeated requests, threats. I got a lot of death threats to do this, and I'm doing it hence. Please spare my life from now on. And yeah, just showing you how it is to be done. So, I'm just sharing my screen now. Okay. Oops. Wrong screen. Wrong screen. So the session I'm going to take is a little short one. So quickly, I'm just going to show you what is getting things done, what is Asana, how to start using it, right from making an account, how to make a list for your team, how to organize, how to use tasks, how do you assign the tasks, how do you monitor, how do you put it on your calendar, because your Google Calendar or whatever calendar you use should be the one where you see everything, how to make recurring tasks, and how to assign it to outsiders. I think this is enough for today. So first things first is go to www.asana.com. You can create a, like if you see, don't have an account, sign up. So here what I've done is I've just invited myself with a dummy ID. So you'll get a mail to join in. So you'll just say accept invite, or you can just create a new, user, new account if you don't have one already. Ideally, use it to the email ID that you use the most. So voila, they logged in. It asks you to continue with reading the terms and conditions and everything.
And help them finish projects faster. We'll show you how it works. It all starts with a project that you can break down into smaller tasks in a list view or boards layout. Assign tasks and set due dates so everyone knows who is doing what and by when. As you start working, loop in other teammates and have conversations that move tasks forward. Get updates on the things you're following and can see progress and deadlines anytime. With your team working together in Asana, you can easily move from big idea to great results.
In a nutshell, that's what Asana is all about. So I just created a dummy ID called Raghu, R-A-G-U. So I'm just creating, okay, I just created an account. So once I create now, because my mail ID is @nandan.co.in, it will show you what are the other projects that are already on nandan.co.in. So I can say join team. At this stage, I won't. I'll just say skip for now. Okay, who's on your team? You can invite. That too, I'll say not required for now. So right now, I've just been added to one project. Okay. So what you see on the left, these are called teams. In your organization, you might begin with making one team for everybody, and then you can break them down. The great thing about Asana is that up to 15 users, it's free. So if you have a team of 15 users, you can add everybody in. They can all use all the features for free of cost. So here it shows that I'm part of the Nandan departmental MIS. These are projects. Okay, so within the team, you have projects. By default, you'll always begin with the home. So home is where you'll have upcoming tasks, recent projects, and stuff here. Since it's the first time I've logged in, you can't really do much out here. I would strongly recommend you to go click on this, question mark. There are these tutorials. You might want to read them, first off, so that you read a little more before doing this. I'm not maybe a definitive source. If you go to YouTube, just type YouTube Asana tutorial. Okay. So if you search for it yourself, it's much easier. So I don't want to send you links. So if you see, there are a lot of videos that are there with the basics. So it's good if you watch these, like beginner tutorial, getting started with Asana, use of Asana. So please look at these because there is no class for Asana that you would want. And as I said, I'm not definitive expert. So I'll just show you some topics like whatever I have looped in there. So here within this team, we are going to make a project. So if I see teams, right? So I'll say add project. So for example, I'll just call this project launching to the moon. Okay, that's the name of the project. It's within this team. I want it as a list. Keep it by default as a list. So while you might want to see that what is a board, take my word for it, use a list at least for the first year that you're in. And you can say it's public. And you can also use templates that you've done. You can do imports, a lot of other things. But let's take baby steps. Okay. So it says here step 1 of 6. Add a task to your project. Assign this task to yourself or a teammate. Comment on this task or ask a question. Mark this task as complete. So it's talking about step by step where you have a guru showing you, so you don't need it. So we'll forget about it for now. Okay. I will just show you what I'm going to do here. So for example, you see add task, add section. What you see in this dark bold font is called a section. So now if launching the moon is a task, okay. So the good thing is if you just tick, okay, it goes away. So for now, let's say that, I want to choose all of them and I just tick off. So we begin clean. So I'll just click on it or I'll say add task and I'll say, first I want to add a section. So how do I break up this launching the moon project into? Ideally, what you do is the sections, when you say add section, okay, write them in capitals and with a colon so that it distinguishes itself out. So you say design calculations with a colon, okay. Now within this, whatever are the tasks you need to write under that, this is like a heading. So we'll say calculate velocity, design rocket, learn the trajectory, etc., etc. Okay. So now, so just to make it look nice, this doesn't look good. I just tick this off so it goes away. So then I want to add one more section. So either you can do it from here saying add section, or here also you can write. Proto typing and put a colon. Okay, so then it becomes a heading. Press enter, it comes to the next line. Okay, make the mockup in thermocol. Make the ABC. Okay, order the materials required. Okay, so this is like populating it first step. Now let's go deeper. So calculating the velocity. So let's say you have a team of 5 people. So if this is a project, you would click on these 3, say edit name and description. You can do this. You can put in a description there. Okay. Then you can say, share. You can add people into this. So if you have 5 or 6 people, add all of them into it and you can all put them into can edit, or you can only do can view. These are 2 options that you can do there. Can edit is ideally, to be put up there. So once you share it with your people who wanted, let's say, okay, so you do this and just say invite, add an optional test Asana, then say add member. They'll be sent an email. Okay, you can add more people of that sort. So now if you can see here, so what this shows is that it is waiting for him to accept it. So that way the people can be added. So whoever is added, when they go to their home, they can see this project entirely. Now this calculate the velocity, which is showing unassigned. All the people in this group who are there, it will show up there. So let's say I assign it to this guy. I can put in a due date. I'll put in a due date of 31st. Then if you see on top, this means attachments. So when you say attach, you can attach it from your computer, from Dropbox, Google Drive, Box, and OneDrive. So it's a great idea if you're on Google Drive to connect Google Drive to Asana, so that then every time you don't need to download and upload the like files. You have to do that only once. If it is from your computer, you can just do this and maybe this, okay, upload. So it is attaching it here. So everybody who is related to this project or task already has this handy. If this is a Google Drive, the best part is it attaches a link to the drive so that you can get a common document on which you're working. See this. Okay, now these are the comments in the bottom. Okay, so if you type anything here, this can be a conversation. So there's a comment that goes across. The lovely part about this is this also integrates with email. So automatically an email is sent to all the people who are their followers on this. If they reply to the mail, whatever they reply is then tagged here. So everything is then seen in Asana in one place. You see this, these are called subtasks. So for example, now in this project, order the materials required. So I want to assign it to, let's say, my materials in charge. So I want to assign it to this guy. I say that the due date is January 10th. Okay. And I want to create a list out here saying materials required is a very open task. Now I want to break this up into materials again. So one option is this is a description. I can just put things into description here, whatever I want. Or there's a beautiful way to do this, which is called subtasks. So if I choose this, which is a subtasks, I can say material 1, material 2, material 3, material 4. Okay, in this material 1, if you see this, I can add a due date, I can add a person assigned it to, and if I click on this, I can add more subtasks, I can add attachments, I can add description, I can write comments. So this kind of nesting structure is infinite. You can break it into as much detail as possible. I would ideally want to use a section. Within the section, I would have a task. Within a task, I would do maximum subtasks, not more than that. So if you click on this, see, you can see subtasks. Now suppose I want to assign this to a vendor. I'll just click here. Okay. See this? So this is the vendor. I've assigned it to him. So he doesn't even need to be part of my project. So when he sees his mail, he will only get a mail saying, order the material required, material 1, assigned to Aditya Control on due date, let's say 31st. Okay. So he gets his mail also going there. If he replies to the mail, whatever he replies will come onto this. Now, suppose if you see in the bottom, this is assigned to Raghu. This is the followers for this particular, this is assigned to Mandal, yes. The people who are followers for this task are Raghu, Mandal. I can add more. Suppose I want somebody else to be in the FYI loop. I will add him into my loop. So now any update that happens for this particular task will also go to him. So assignment is always to one person, due date it's to one particular date, and then this is how this goes on. Next, if you see this, it says copy link task. So if you want to put this up somewhere, if you want to send it as a mail, you can do that. This is this is just gamifying it. You can have multiple people like it. You can use it as a poll or whatever. It's a little childish. You can duplicate the task. You can convert it to a project. You can print it. So if you want to print only this task, okay, you can go here and you can say print. So only that task will be printed out. You can see. So this is called GTD, getting things done. That means for getting things done, you need to know what is to be done, who is to be done, who is to do it, why it is to be done, what is to be done, when it is to be done, and finally how. So GTD ka all the aspects are covered into each task of Asana so that there is no ambiguity in what we are doing. Here Aditya Control is getting material 1, which is due on 31st. If I want to write steps on how to do it, even that is possible in the description. Okay, so this can be printed out. If I want to print the entire project, I can just click on this and say export and print. This will print all the tasks, all the subtasks of the project like this. So all the headings will come in. So that's why I say make this in capitals with a colon so that it becomes like a section heading. And it's very distinguishable to see into that. So we've seen Add to project, duplicate task. So make task, whatever you see here, this means it's a paid version. So what this means is that if there is another task that is not finished, this can't be done. So it's like a Gantt kind of system. Merge, duplicate task, leave it, convert over. Okay. So this is kind of, a small hint about how to use the system. Now if I go to home, okay, so task due soon. It says no task due in the next 5 days. What are the recent projects? What is the new project? See all my tasks. So if you go to my tasks, okay, there are no tasks assigned to myself. So I'll go back and assign a few tasks to myself. Saying, so again, the good thing about this is saying if you want to assign two tasks to yourself, click on one, click shift, click on the other. So both are opened up. So whatever you do here, is done to both of them. If I want to do for these two, okay, due date. So both of them are the due dates that are set up. So now if I go to home or my tasks, so ideally I should begin my day with looking at my tasks where it would say, new task, this, that. So first time when you begin using Asana, what I would do is go say add task. Okay. Whatever you think, get a mousetrap, get a new computer, speak to ABC, follow up on payment from XYZ, put up the poster for the New Year party, inform to all for ABC, do blog posting. So now if you see, this is my tasks. So I have just gone and created all tasks wherever. So now suppose these many tasks actually belong to a project which is launching to the moon. So after I make them, I would just say click them and say add to the project, launching to the moon. So now the beautiful part is if I go to launching to the moon, it's already here. If I go to my tasks, it's already here. This can be also part of multiple projects. This can also be part of following up with multiple people. So if this is assigned to, so this by default, whatever you put in my task is always assigned to me. See, it's always assigned to me. So that is a thing about once a week, you should sit and just dump in all the tasks that you have in your mind so that it's all in one place together so that you don't forget. And this will always come up in a very well mannered manner. So this can be as big as possible. You can add sections here, do this. So this is my task is only what you can see. This is the one where we can see it and work it up with a team. So I think by and large, so once this is there, now suppose these two tasks are related to design calculation, I can just drag it after choosing it. If these four belong to prototyping, drag it, put it down here. So once the task is done, okay, so now if this is there, do blog posting, you can see the audit trail. It says Raghu created the task 2 minutes ago. Raghu assigned to you 2 minutes ago. Raghu added to launching the moon 1 minute ago. Raghu moved into design calculation this. So, okay, whatever is done is all put up here. So there's a lovely audit trail so that there is no confusion whether it has been told, not told, when it has been told. All these things are not ambiguous ever. So now suppose this task is finished. Okay, or let's go to this material wala. Order the material required. Suppose material 1 and material 3 is already ordered. So when the moment you tick it, you can see it's become light like this. It's not disappeared because unless all the tasks are done, this task is not finished. So now if you go to see if I'm going to print this, okay, now when I print this, it is showing this task with a strike through. Correct? You see this. So that means the task is done. So the beauty and the wonder of this entire tool is that it is gamifying things because the moment you tick it off and you say it's off my list, it is so beautifully motivating for us that we are able to achieve 10 tasks or 20 tasks or 30 tasks. I can run searches. So now if I click on this, and so here I can see tasks I've assigned to others. So the moment I click on that, it gives me a list of what task I've assigned to whom. Huh? If I click on this and say task and conversation I've created, it will make a list of all of that. If I go click here and say task and conversation I'm following, all these will come. If I click on this and say advanced search, okay, I want to see all the completed tasks of Sachin. Okay, so I'll do this, completed, and say search. So there's nothing that is complete. Suppose I want to do, then suppose I want to do, okay, completed of this guy. So it'll, okay, because none is there. So you can go, you can do advanced search on task level. You can say followed, oh, it says followed by completed, as attachments or not, search. So by anybody. So here it shows what all tasks have been completed. These are all completed tasks. So whatever you tick off is not deleted. And even here, if I want, if you click on this, right? So you can see, and you can like see, this is something that was done long time back. This has come from the mail only. There has been an attachment, and this was completed on 17th September. So this entire tracking is done in such a way that, so on the face of it, it looks like a simple task. That is what we want to do in GTD. Beyond that, as much detail, including attachment. So if you see this, there is an attachment that has come across here. See this? That is already put up. I would have forgotten about it altogether. But the attachment has been tagged with it because the mail was attached. See? This was put up. This is there in the system. I don't need to bother about remembering it or whatever there. So the less strain we have on our brains, the less is the tendency for us to forget, the more it is that we can achieve. Because results are not done by planning alone, results are done out of action. What Asana tries to do is it tries to get us to do action. Now comes three more aspects which are not written there. First is that let go. Yeah. So we finished. Start using, make a list for the team, how to organize, how to use tasks, how to assign, how to monitor. Monitor is, as I told you, from searches, you need to plan to do an SLA and searches and put up. How to put on calendar. So now what we will do is this project or like any project, you want it to be assigned. So you go to my tasks. If you click on this, it goes out. To this comes again. If you click on any task, it opens up the details. If you click this, it goes back in. Click this, it comes back out. So if you see inbox, see portfolios. Portfolios are from part of the paid ones. There are reports, teams. If I click on my name, I can see organizational settings, more, my profile settings, and log out. So if I go to my profile settings, you can see you can put up a name, add a photo, put what role, department, pronouns. This is new. About me if required. So this is the beautiful part where we say weekly reports are by default sent to everybody. You can choose to set this up activity updates. I would ideally recommend you to do that. Or daily summary. Daily summary is also a must. Okay. Email forwarding. So this is what you need to check up. So here you see so from your mail ID, if you send any task, any mail to x plus x at the rate mail.asana.com. So the moment you send a mail, it will come as a task in this one. It has to come from the same mail ID on which you have registered in Asana. So for example, if my mail is Raghu at nandan.co.in, If I send a mail from Raghu at nandan.co.in, if I forward a mail, if I do anything there, it will go to this. And if I send it to x@mail.asana.com, which is pretty simple, it'll come on my task, directly there. So you can CC teammates to add them as task followers. So now let's give it a try. So I'll send a mail to x@mail.asana.com. And since this mail ID is RAGHU, so what I'll do is I'll also CC Raghu at nandan.co.in. Okay. Also, this is a test task. This takes generally a minute or so. So you can CC and add people or whatever. Then you say account, you have your account there, you can change your password and everything. So what language? First day of the week, you can choose this, whether you want Sunday or Monday as the first day of the week. So if you want to see task row numbers, you can click that. If you want to enable compact mode, color friendly. If you want to make backgrounds, you can do that. It's a Timber. Make Timber as my background, whatever is there. These are different apps that you can activate. So if you do this, this particular app will actually tell you how much time you spent, how many, this, everything. These are hacks. So these are experimental features if you want. Follow-up task from right pane, okay. Reminder task from invoice, okay. Invoice news, recurring task in later. Tab B, display notification. So these are all browser notifications. This is useful. So reload to apply changes. So explore this out. So this is good fun. Even when I log in, I see new features all the time. I've been using this since 2010 and 11. I've used it for really major projects. I've done a theme park entire installation using Asana. We've used it for tracking issues in Asana. We've used it for the company's way of working in Asana. I've done commando meetings. I've stopped taking notes as minutes of meeting. All our meetings are done with opening of Asana and putting it up there. So people assign tasks to each other. I see the summary of it. We do tags. I forgot to show you tags. Okay. So now suppose in this, we create some tags throughout the company. So if you click on this and it says tags, tab and T is a shortcut. So you can create whatever tags. So in our company, we have tags like if anybody wants a decision from me. This is a reminder. Water the plant. So if there is a tag called decision RJ, I can choose a color since it's red because it's a glaring one. Okay, so then it will tag this project as a decision RJ. Now, this is not very important or useful when you're having only one project. But if you see mine, I would have at least about 15 or 20 projects in the left. We've even used third-party guys to create projects where I'm working across teams and stuff. So when you do that, it is very useful because then what you can do is the moment you tag this up and I go to a search, okay, I say advanced search. So if I type this decision RJ tag, all the tags, all the projects that are with the tag of decision RJ will come up here. So for me, it's very easy to do a thing. So you would work on your own systems of creating tags however you want and stuff. Now comes one part, which is calendar. Huh? So I forgot to show that to you on the calendar. Now what you would do is, suppose this project you want to synchronize with your calendar. You would click on this and you would say export print and say sync to calendar. So if you see this Google Calendar or iCal Outlook or other calendar, so you just copy this, okay? It mentions here, go to Google Calendar and in the bottom left, say add by URL, blah, blah, blah. So the moment you do this, the beautiful thing is the moment you have a task assigned to you with a particular due date, it comes on your calendar. Wow. Can you beat laziness? You don't need to do it in two places. Do it only in Asana, it will come up on your calendar automatically. So that's where it is. Here internally also, if you click on this calendar here in Asana, you can see all the tasks. So wow, learn how to use calendar in 30 seconds. Play all these videos because it will keep coming, giving you
By
tips.
viewing a project's calendar, you can easily see all deadlines. To change a task's due date in calendar view, just drag and drop it to the new date. You can also change the calendar's date range in the top left corner. Click the Today button to bring you back. Only tasks
Can
that
it
have
be
due
any
dates.
easier than this? Come on, you can use it. So like they mentioned, now suppose the date was 31st and I know it's not going to happen on 31st. I can just drag it and put it on the second. Automatically the date is changing to second. Here this red because it is got a certain decision making. So decision RJ is the tag on this. That's why it become red. You can create colors for yourself. This is for Sukhendu Mandal. This is for Sachin. So each one is like doing this. You can just drag drop. Okay. This is open it. This particular task opens up. I can create whatever PZ and D. Change the name of the task and close it. Automatically, this is reflecting here. There is no press of the save button. There is nothing of that sort. This is so fucking easy. Pardon my French, but I'm so excited about it that way. This is so easy for us to use. The more you use, the more benefits we derive out of this whole thing out. You can make a status update for this or whatever. So the different ways in which you can use this is you can use this across your project. You can break this down into departments. That is what initially I would tell you to do. Put everybody related in your organization into one project. So you will say accounts, then design, etc., etc. Whatever tasks you're assigning to all of them, go to that. Then once you become an expert, go to this and say do a plus here and say add a project. Then there you can add another project, which is like, let's say a bigger one. So I would ideally maybe move production out into a separate one. Then production should not be here. Then we'll say production product project. So within production, we would say different jobs. What is the task to do in that? Let's say quality. What is the task to do in that? You would start using this as a checklist for pending tasks. So even when you use this on your mobile, what you would do is install the app on your mobile. So, oh fuck, can't be seen. So once you install the app on your mobile, it comes up very easy. So whether it's an Android or iOS, install it, and it's always on my. So see, I assigned the task to somebody. He's WhatsApp me saying, "Hey, what are these tasks? What are these tasks that you're assigning to me?" See, that's how beautiful it is in terms of productivity. The less you say, the less you interact, the less meetings you do, you can get going on more. I think there are also templates. So now if I say add project, okay, I'm saying test project, there are templates. So there are some simple templates that you can see a meeting agenda, company goals and milestones. These are premium, of course. They will want to make money. Nothing in life is free. So Asana onboarding. Let's say preview. Learn the basics of Asana. It's a good idea for you to do this. Okay, project is created. Okay, I just say project. So all these are completely created. So here, if you see learn how Asana is structured, please put this description. So read it, then put a comment on it internally here saying I've done it. Then create a join a project, create task, assign a task, add a follow. So once your team keeps doing all of this, they can write a comment on this. So now this is out here. Type a column or whatever into this. Okay. So here I'll say attack, attack. Okay, so he's added to the project. Sachin, there's more for you. So this is a template. So internally in your company, suppose you have a template which says, suppose you have a big project saying for each, suppose you have a project that is going to last you 6 months. You want to create each one of them as a separate project. You make a template out of it, saying design stage, prototyping, blah, 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 blah. So once you do that, once you create these as a template, next time you can reuse it out. That's the beauty. You can create them assigned, you can create them whatever onto this. Now, if you want to create a project, if you want to create a task to this project, if you see here, add task via an email. Okay, so this is the URL that you make. So if you copy this URL, okay, and you go to your contacts and you create a task. For example, if I want to create a task in my mailbox, so what I have done is, Raghu, see this. I created a contact called Asana Raghu success list. So X plus whatever. So the moment I send a message to this particular mail ID, I already created a project called Raghu Success List. This is my long-term and a short-term goal planner. So this will automatically create the task at the top in that particular project. It won't go to my task, because if it goes to my task, I have to again segregate the thing and put it into another project. So this will directly go to the project. So if launching to the moon, you can see export sync to sorry, add task via email. This you can also do add task via forms. Okay, here it says connect form to project. So there's something called Wufoo form creator. You say allow. If you create a form in Wufoo, for example, if you want to create a support ticket and you want the support ticket automatically come into Asana, so you would create a form in Wufoo, send that to your customers or embed that in your website, and the moment somebody fills the form, automatically a task will be created in Asana like a line item, and it will be assigned to somebody and say close it out, so that you don't forget. So the idea is that we try to use automation to that enough extent that it is done. Okay. Now, suppose this is a task that I want to do every week. I think that's the next aspect, how to make recurring tasks and how to assign tasks to outside as I already got done. So now only one thing is pending, how to create recurring tasks from my thing. Next, please, you have to make a payment of $1 million if you want to learn more from me. Otherwise, learn it yourself. So here, this is due tomorrow. Okay, if you click on this, you can see here at a due time. So good idea would also be to create a due time. I want it to be done at 10 a.m. Okay, so now it's showing tomorrow 10 a.m. Now I want this to repeat. So I'll click on set to repeat and then on this. So I'll say repeats weekly. Okay, interval every 1 week on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, or maybe even once a week. It's okay. Or if I wanted alternate week, I'll say every 2 weeks on Saturday. So every second Saturday, if you want something, you can do this. If I want to create it as a recurring task every day, it's good for making a habit formation so that it gets done for every day. Here I would say every weekly on this. So there are fantabulous ways you can do this monthly, you can do quarterly, you can do yearly. If you do yearly, so on a particular date, it will create this. So that means if I create a task on 29th of December, every year on 29th of December, it will create a recurring task. For example, somebody's birthday. If you don't want to forget, you can do this. You do monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, half yearly. Wow. On the last day of the month, on which day of the month, you can create so many variations for doing recurring tasks. The only intention for you to do it is get excited about doing this. I'm sitting on my rocking chair, so don't think it's an earthquake. So if the recurring task is done, suppose now I get back to this and say daily, okay, at 10 a.m. Because right now is assigned for the 29th. So it says due tomorrow at 10. It says learn the trajectory. Okay. Now if I do mark complete, ta-da! This come here. Mark complete. Ta-da! See this? Did you see the unicorn? That's because see, comes back again. So tomorrow, the moment I finish this ticking after tomorrow, right? I can't tick it off today. So if I tick it off after tomorrow, wait, let's change the due date to, let's say, 27th. Okay. This was due yesterday at 10 a.m. I mark this as complete. Unicorn! Okay. Now this is again come for today 10 a.m. automatically. Wow. And if I tick this off today after 10 a.m., it will again create another task for tomorrow 10 a.m. So this way that we don't even need a personal secretary. I have some friends who beg to differ, but you don't even need a personal secretary to organize yourself. You can create reminders, you can forward your emails to this, that it will be reminding to you. You can do fantabulous lot of things, right? I would strongly suggest that you go to this, look at the different ways to use Asana. This is a lovely article. I read it some time back. See, company wide meeting agendas, ideas and brainstorming, project management, manage approvals, Asana for Agile and Scrum. Unfortunately, I don't want to log into my Asana because there is a lot of proprietary information which I can't show on a public posted, video. That's the reason why I created a dummy here. But if you see my Asana, it's filled totally. In fact, I do my goal setting on Asana where for the next whole year, I've created small, tasks due in March, due in April, due in this. This is what I will do. So when I go to my tasks, I can see a full list right up to 31st December 2019, what I intend to do. I put in milestones. I put in, suppose I want to talk about losing weight. I've broken that down for the next year into multiple steps by 31st December. If I want my weight to be down at 85 kgs from the 91 it is right now, I will say by March I want it to be 89. By June I want it to be 87. By maybe September I want it to be 85. And then I want to maintain it at 85 to December. I'll put these as milestones for each of those stages so that it reminds me at that point of time whatever I committed to myself. So this is completely on the cloud. There is no data restriction. In fact, you don't even have to pay anything. Of course, if you like it, you should pay when you use it for a bigger commercial project. Like I said, we did a theme park setup on using this where I had 70 people on Asana. I had a paid subscription. I was paying for it and it was worth every rupee that I paid. So there, when I had 70 members, we were assigning things to each other. We were tracking the bugs in the various rides that occurred, when it happened, what it happened. We were using that for audits. We were converting paper trail help desk into an Asana tracker so that there was a summary available. It was fantabulous. Please move away from Excel. Excel is not for getting things done. This is for getting things done. So this is my little New Year's and Christmas gift for all of you so that you can use Asana more effectively. If you use this and multiply your business by double or triple, please do contribute a little to charity. Don't give money to me. I'm just joking. By God's grace, I have enough. But I would strongly recommend that if you think this was useful and after you derive benefit and use out of this, get a charity of your choice and donate money to them. There are lots of people in this world who don't have what we have. So let's spread the cheer to all of them. Let's make this world a little better place because of what we do. This is Raghu signing off. Have a nice day. Have a great 2019 and wish you a happy new year. Bye bye.